Have you ever felt like you were born to do many things? One day, you want to become a YouTuber. The next day, you want to learn coding. Then, photography looks interesting. Then business. Then psychology. Then fitness. Then someone tells you AI is the future, and suddenly, you're watching a 3-hour tutorial at midnight. After a few months, something strange happens. You know a little about everything, but you are not great at anything. You start asking yourself, why can't I stay focused? Why do other people stick to one thing while I keep changing? Is something wrong with me? The answer is no. Having many interests is not your problem. Managing them is. History is full of people who loved more than one thing. Leonardo da Vinci painted masterpieces, studied human anatomy, designed flying machines, explored engineering, and filled thousands of pages with scientific notes. He never believed that curiosity needed limits. Steve Jobs loved technology, but he also loved calligraphy. Most people thought that class was useless for a future businessman. Years later, that useless class changed personal computers forever. The beautiful fonts on the first Macintosh came from ideas Jobs learned while studying calligraphy. One random interest became a billion-dollar design advantage. Sometimes the dots connect years later. But there is another side to this story. For every successful person with many interests, thousands stay stuck. They jump from one hobby to another. They start projects. They never finish them. Their room fills with unfinished books. Their laptop fills with unfinished courses. Their mind fills with unfinished dreams. That hurts, because every unfinished dream whispers the same sentence. You could have been something. Now think about your own life. How many online courses have you started? How many books are waiting on your shelf? How many YouTube playlists are saved for later? How many business ideas live only inside your Notes app? Most people don't suffer from a lack of talent. They suffer from too many directions. Psychologists even have a name for this. It is called the shiny object syndrome. Every new idea feels exciting because your brain loves novelty. When something is new, your brain releases dopamine. Dopamine is the chemical linked to motivation and reward. That is why buying a new notebook feels productive. Opening a new online course feels productive. Planning your future feels productive. But none of those things are progress. Real progress starts after the excitement disappears. That is the part most people never reach. A study published in the journal Neuron found that novelty activates the brain's reward system. Your brain naturally pays more attention to new experiences than familiar ones. This helped our ancestors survive. Today, it makes us open 20 browser tabs and finish none of them. Our brain is ancient. Our distractions are modern. That combination creates chaos. Look at Olympic athletes. During training, many of them follow strict routines. They are not learning piano in the morning, programming in the afternoon, and mastering chess before bed. Their energy goes toward one priority. Focus creates results. Results create confidence. Confidence creates freedom. Only then does expansion make sense. The famous investor Warren Buffett once gave simple advice. He asked a pilot to write down his top 25 career goals. Then he said something surprising. Circle the top 5. The other 20? Avoid them. Not because they are bad goals, because they distract you from your best goals. That idea sounds harsh, but think about it. Your biggest enemy is rarely a bad opportunity. It is a good opportunity that steals time from the best one. Most people believe they need more time. Often, they need fewer priorities. Now, here is something interesting. Many people think successful people wake up knowing exactly what they want. That is rarely true. Oprah Winfrey wanted to become a news anchor. She was told she was not suitable for television news. Instead of quitting, she moved into daytime talk shows. That unexpected path made her one of the most influential media personalities in history. Her interests changed. Her direction changed. But notice something important. She did not chase 5 careers at the same time. She committed to one path before moving to the next. That pattern appears again and again. Even Albert Einstein worked in a patent office before becoming famous for physics. Great work usually comes from deep attention, not scattered attention. Here is a funny way to think about it. Imagine you plant 10 seeds. Every morning you dig them up to check whether they are growing. Then you plant them somewhere else. After a month, you complain that nothing became a tree. The seeds were never the problem. The gardener was impatient. Many people treat their goals exactly like that. Every week, they change the plan. Every month, they change the dream. Every year, they wonder why nothing grows. Managing multiple interests does not mean doing everything today. It means deciding what deserves today's attention. That small difference changes everything. And this brings us to the biggest surprise of all. People think having many interests is a weakness. The truth is almost the opposite. Your curiosity is one of your greatest strengths. The problem begins when curiosity turns into constant distraction. There is a huge difference between exploring and escaping. Exploring helps you grow. Escaping keeps you busy. One builds your future. The other postpones it. So the real question is not, how do I stop having multiple interests? The real question is, how do I organize them so they work together instead of fighting each other? That is where most people fail, but it is also where everything starts to change. So how do you enjoy many interests without becoming distracted by all of them? The answer is simple. Stop treating your interests like a race. Start treating them like a library. You do not read every book in a library on the same day. You pick one, you finish it, then you choose the next one. Your interests deserve the same respect. Many successful people do not have fewer interests than you. They simply organize them better. Take Leonardo da Vinci. People often think he jumped randomly from painting to engineering to anatomy. That is not what happened. His notebooks tell a different story. He spent years studying a single subject in depth. When he painted the human body, he studied muscles and bones. When he designed machines, he used what he had learned from nature. His interests supported each other. They did not compete. That is the first lesson. Do not collect random skills. Build connected skills. Imagine 3 circles. One is public speaking. The second is psychology. The third is storytelling. Each skill is useful on its own. Together, they make an outstanding teacher. Now think about someone who learns guitar, baking, drone flying, coding, investing, piano, graphic design, and boxing all at the same time. None of those skills are bad, but they are not working together. When your skills connect, they multiply. When they compete, they divide your attention. This idea is known as a skill stack. The term became popular through entrepreneur and cartoonist Scott Adams. His point was simple. You do not need to become the best in the world at one skill. You become valuable by combining several good skills in a unique way. Now let's talk about something that surprises many people. Sometimes quitting is the smartest decision. That sounds strange, because we are taught never to quit. But there is a difference between giving up and letting go. Giving up happens because something becomes difficult. Letting go happens because something no longer matches your goals. Those are 2 different decisions. Take the story of Steve Jobs. In 1985, he was fired from Apple. For most people, that would have been the end. Instead, he focused on building Pixar and Next. Those experiences taught him lessons about leadership, design, and creativity. When he returned to Apple years later, he brought all those lessons with him. He did not try to build 10 companies at once. He gave his full attention to one mission at a time. That focus changed history. Now ask yourself something. How many projects are you holding on to only because you started them? Not because you love them, not because they matter, only because you feel guilty. That guilt is heavy. It quietly steals your energy. Sometimes closing one door gives you enough energy to open the right one. There is another trap that keeps people stuck. Comparison. You open social media. One person is launching a business. Another is running someone else is publishing a book. Another person learned 3 languages. Within 5 minutes, your brain says, I should be doing all of this. But you are comparing your first chapter to someone else's 10th. You are also comparing yourself to hundreds of different people at the same time. No human being wins that game. Researchers call this social comparison. It affects motivation, confidence, and happiness. The more time you spend comparing yourself with everyone else, the harder it becomes to appreciate your own progress. That is why your biggest competition should be yesterday's version of you, not the internet. Now let me tell you a story. A college student loved photography. He also loved programming. He was interested in business. He enjoyed writing. His friends told him to choose one. He refused. But he also refused to chase everything at once. He spent several years becoming a good programmer. Later, he combined programming with design. That combination helped him build products people loved. His name was Kevin Systrom. Later, he co-founded Instagram. Photography did not disappear from his life. It became one of the reasons Instagram felt different. His interests were connected, not crowded. Here is another example. Many people know Elon Musk for electric cars and rockets, but fewer people know that he spent years reading books across many subjects: physics, engineering, economics, software, history. He did not study those topics for entertainment alone. He connected ideas from one field to another. Innovation often happens when knowledge meets from different areas. The point is not to copy Elon Musk. The point is to notice the pattern. Wide curiosity works best when it is supported by deep focus. Now, here is a practical system that almost anyone follows. Think in seasons. Nature has seasons. Farmers do not plant and harvest on the same day. Your life works the same way. Choose one main focus for the next 90 days. That is your season. Everything else becomes secondary. For example, if your season is learning video editing, spend most of your learning time there. You are still allowed to read a novel, go to the gym, watch a documentary, play football. Those things make life enjoyable, but your main effort stays in one direction. After 90 days, look back. Ask 3 simple questions. What did I learn? What did I finish? What deserves my attention next? This removes pressure. You are not choosing one career forever. You are choosing one priority for now. That feels lighter. It also works better. Author James Clear writes about getting 1% better every day. 1% sounds tiny, almost invisible, but small improvements grow over time. If you improve one skill every day for a year, you become dramatically better than when you started. Most people ignore small progress because they want dramatic results. That is like going to the gym once and expecting 6-pack abs tomorrow morning. Your body would probably laugh first. Your progress works the same way. Small actions repeated for months beat huge bursts of motivation every single time. Here is a challenge. Instead of studying 5 different skills for 20 minutes each, spend 100 focused minutes on one important skill. You will be surprised how much deeper your thinking becomes. Deep work is uncomfortable. Your phone becomes interesting. Your refrigerator suddenly looks fascinating. You remember that drawer you wanted to organize 6 months ago. Your brain invents distractions because focus takes effort. Do not mistake discomfort for failure. It is often a sign that real learning has begun. The greatest musicians repeat the same song thousands of times. The best athletes practice basic movements every day. Great writers rewrite the same paragraph again and again. Mastery is rarely exciting. It is repetitive. The excitement comes later when people see the results. That is why discipline often beats passion. Passion helps you start. Discipline helps you finish. And finished work changes lives. The message is simple. Stop regretting the time you lost. Start using the time you still have. Your future does not care how many times you failed. It responds to what you do today. There is another truth that many people avoid. Every yes is also a no. When you say yes to one goal, you say no to something else. If you spend 3 hours scrolling on your phone, you say no to learning. If you spend every weekend jumping between new ideas, you say no to mastering one. Time is fair. Everyone gets a 24-hour marathon. Think of your interests as children waiting for their turn. If all of them shout at once, nobody gets attention. If you listen to one at a time, each one grows stronger. Ask yourself, what deserves my full attention today? That one question changes everything. Now picture yourself 1 year from now. You wake up. You open your laptop. Instead of 20 unfinished folders, there is one completed project. Instead of dozens of abandoned courses, there is one skill you truly understand. Instead of wondering what your purpose is, you are building it every single day. So circle one, only one. That is your priority for the next 90 days. Give it your best attention. Finish something, a video, a website, a portfolio, a business plan, a book, a course, anything. Do not aim for perfect. Aim for complete. Completion teaches lessons that planning never will. Months from now, you will not remember another motivational video. You will remember the day you finally stopped chasing everything and started building something. Because in the end, your life is not defined by how many interests you have. It is defined by what you choose to do with them. Your curiosity is a gift. Your focus is the key. When those two work together, ordinary people create extraordinary lives. So choose your next step. Stay with it. Trust the process. And let time do what time has always done. Turn small daily actions into a life that once felt impossible. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you see your own journey differently, share it with someone who feels stuck between too many dreams.